The Seattle Seahawks just got some really pleasant news, and things in the offseason are starting to take hold. And this team that does not have any cap room just got some serious relief. We just got some confidence instilled in the quarterback, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Geno Smith for a second, but we're also going to talk about your salary cap, because the offseason, this is when I nerd out. This is when I love talking about draft picks, when I love talking about potential future stars for each team, but I also love talking about their salary cap situation. The Seattle Seahawks are not in a good salary cap position per se, but we're going to talk about how they can quickly get under the salary cap apron and how this team is loaded with talent anyway, so it's not a big deal. And Mike MacDonald talked about what the most important piece of that talent puzzle is in quarterback Geno Smith. And he gave a resounding level of confidence in an interview recently. I'm going to let you listen to what he had to say. It's about a 40-second clip, then we'll get into the salary cap stuff.
You expect him to be your starting quarterback next year?
Yeah, heck yeah, man. Geno's our quarterback. I don't understand the conversation. It's pretty obvious this guy's a heck of a quarterback. He's our quarterback.
It's true.
We love him. Can't wait to go to work with him. We've had a lot of non-football conversations to keep it legal over the last month or so, and I know he's really excited about Clint taking over. And yeah, I mean, this guy he's a great player, man, and we can win a championship with Geno Smith. We really believe that, and can't wait to get back to work with him.
All right. We can win a championship with Geno. We really believe that. Now, if you've heard us talk on this channel, then one of the things that you know is that we are not like Seattle Seahawks fans by nature. We are Lions fans, and we don't hide that. But one thing we also know is what life is like not having a quarterback. And then we got a quarterback similar to Geno Smith that everybody's like, really? This guy? In Jared Goff. And Jared Goff has been phenomenal. In the right system, long enough, Geno Smith is good enough. He absolutely is to win a championship with. I agree with that. I think this defense is only going to get better. It's going to get healthier. If I can be completely honest, the Nwosu injuries over the last couple of years have really derailed some of this stuff. But at the same time, this is a defensive-minded head coach. They're bringing in a new, fresh face with Clint. Like he talked about, he's excited to get Geno working with Clint. This is a quarterback-friendly system. And Geno has proven that he can be a good quarterback now for multiple offensive coordinators. Can there be something that unlocks him to an even bigger and higher potential? So that's my question for you. Do you think you can win a championship with Geno Smith? Because sometimes teams have a good quarterback and they don't even realize it. And I really do believe the Seattle Seahawks are one of those teams where you have a quarterback that is absolutely good enough to win with, especially with the weapons that surround him, that I think he can definitely be a guy that is there. Clint Kubiak can unlock this. When you look at what Clint Kubiak did, I did another video on this when he was with the Saints. He didn't have a healthy quarterback. He's sitting there playing with late-round rookie draft picks at quarterback. And the offense still found ways to get things done. Can you imagine? And by the way, no wide receivers either. They were all hurt too. So can you imagine what he might be able to do with the extreme talent that you're looking at? And by the way, Geno Smith is greater than Derek Carr. That offense was fire when Derek Carr was playing. Geno Smith's better than him. Your weapons are better than him. So let's go ahead and look at a few different things that I think are probably important when it comes to salary cap and things like that. My favorite website to go to when it comes to salary cap, and you just had a player that helped you out a ton, so we're going to get into that in a minute. All right, my favorite website is SpotTrack. All right, SpotTrack, however you say it. I guess I don't need to know how to say it in order to enjoy it. Based on what they believe the cap space is going to be, your cap hits are interesting. Geno Smith is your biggest cap hit at $44.5 million. Then you have DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. Draymond Jones. So these next three aren't necessarily wonderful, but if you look down here, Leonard Williams at $15 million. That is something that has recently been restructured. All right, so he was able to restructure it. If you cut him right now, you'd owe him $35 million. That's no good. So what we are saying is this year he's at 15, next year at 29. Who knows? He might extend out. I don't know what that looks like. But that restructure was really, really nice. In fact, it actually cuts the salary cap task in half of what they needed to do. All right? It says, if you look at this article, that the defensive lineman who finished dominant, yes, we know he had a Pro Bowl season, all right, helped save the Seahawks $14 million against the cap this year. All right. It is also said that other players are expected to be coming next. All right. Other players are expected to be coming next, whether that's Geno Smith, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. I would expect Metcalf and Lockett, and if Metcalf is unwilling to do it, we'll talk to you about what some of those things could look like as well. So the next person, let's do that right now, is DK Metcalf. When you look at his salary right now, all right, he is in the final year. He's owed $31 million. Really, really simple. If you cut him or trade him, you owe him $21 million. There's a high dead cap in that. So my thought process is you get to make the decision with the 28-year-old. Do you extend him out and give him a lucrative contract extension, thus taking this number down? Or do you play it out? Or do you trade him and see what you can get? That's another question I have for you guys. Personally, when I look at DK Metcalf and the talent that he brings, I would not want to be trading him away. I just wouldn't. I really wouldn't. Now, there's another person here that I think is a more obvious candidate that, as much as I know Seahawks fans are going to hate it because he has been such a wonderful part of your organization for many, many years, is Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett is designated to make $31 million this year. You can see it right here. If he's traded, if he is cut, he will make $14 million, and that is all that's against the cap for the Seattle Seahawks. Extending him out isn't necessarily a big option. Man, I'm sneezing live right now. All right. God bless me. All right. Anyways, $31 million. I love Tyler Lockett, but at 33 years old, $33 million, it doesn't seem to make a ton of sense. A lot of these contracts were backloaded, and you're kind of paying for the backloaded contracts. The good news in all of this is that all of them you can save money. DK Metcalf, you can save $10 million if you trade him, and you can get assets back. Tyler Lockett, you can save $20 million. Right there, if you make those two moves, you're $20 million under the cap, but you also don't want to get rid of everything, and that's the beautiful thing about it. You have Jackson Smith and Jigba, who had his breakout campaign. I think the other person that I would look at when it comes to salary cap implications, don't be surprised if you hear the name Draymond Jones. He has not been fantastic. I'm going to be honest. He has not been, in my opinion, fantastic his entire career, but he has this very heavy loaded back salary this year. He signed a 3-year, $51 million deal, and he's in the third year of that. He only got $10 million in each of the first 2 years, so he's sitting at $25 million. You can save $11 million by cutting him or by trading him. All right. The question is, can you get anybody to pay that base of $16 million? Probably not. That right there gets you under the salary cap apron. So you can extend him out. He's only 28 years old, and you can decide if you want to do that as well and just spread that money over a few years. But there's a lot of players that are going to be willing to do it, and I think Leonard Williams stepping up as the leader of this defensive line, stepping up and taking that salary cap crunch and taking that hit and taking it on the chin and saying, I got this, will help other players do the same. So, look, this is a team that's very talented. I think you have the right offensive mind that has entered into the fray right now, and with Clint Kubiak, and so you will get an offense that is producing at a higher level in comparison to the defense. This is a team to watch out for. I think this is a team that very likely can win the NFC West next year. I really do believe that. All right, thanks for watching. Stay here for all the fun stuff. I'm sure we'll be talking draft soon. If you stayed till this point, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.